Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button. Bamboozle the like button. Tap your screen, then tap your screen. Prove to me that God exists. Prove to me that God exists. Prove to me that God exists. The lack of evidence that God exists is evidence that God does not exist. The lack of evidence that God exists is evidence that God does not exist. Don't let anybody fool you, but that statement is a fact. The lack of evidence of God's existence is indeed evidence that there has never been, neither would there ever be any God or gods. What is the universe? You cannot ask what created the universe unless you first of all tell us what is the universe. Some of you are an embarrassment to intelligence. You are so drunk with your religious beliefs, your brain cannot think outside of the confines of the indoctrination that was programmed into you. Indeed, Bakanga is the God Slayer. Ladies and gentlemen, tap the screen. I'm not going to bring up a guest until we get to 20,000 likes. And I will be patient. If you don't want to tap the screen, that's fine. It's up to you. But those who are able to tap, when we get to 20,000 likes, then I'll bring up a guest. First of all, I don't think that there's going to be many guests because most religious people don't have the courage to come and try to prove that God exists. They just can't. Because you believe in God, because you are afraid, because you are weak, and because life has overcome you. You are tired of living life. You're unable to make sense out of the life that you have. I don't blame you. Life is not easy. Life is not easy. You get it? Life is not easy. So some people have given up on life when they decide to believe in God. Ladies and gentlemen, unless we get to 20,000 likes, I will not be bringing up any guest. Tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. If you're a troll, you will be immediately blocked. I will show no mercy to the lack of intelligence. And yes, I am coming to you with as much arrogance as possible. If you don't like my arrogance, you don't have to be here. But yes, I am extremely arrogant on this subject because I am confident there is none that can stand before me and validate the existence of their God. It's not a message. It's a request. You may or you may not. Tap the screen, ladies and gentlemen. We must get to 20,000 likes. I don't get why some of you guys always sit in my program, but you guys never tap the screen. Tapping the screen is the only way to get the program running in the right way. Those who continue to believe in God will be left behind. Your brains will be left in the past, in an age of uncivilization, in an age of barbarianism. Leading up to the age of thinking, we are in an age of a thinking renaissance. There is a rebirth of thinking, a rebirth of critical thinking. We are now experiencing the rebirth of critical thinking. This is a renaissance. This period of time will come to be known as the renaissance of the thinker. When many people stopped believing and started thinking for themselves, started analyzing, and started being realistic. This is it. You can continue to believe in the garbage imaginary beings, or you can rise up together with your brothers and sisters and take responsibility for this life that we're living. Nobody can prove to me that God exists. Nobody has ever proven that God exists, and nobody can ever prove that God exists, because you cannot prove something which doesn't exist. I repeat myself day after day. I send out a summon day after day. And yet there is none among you, oh you God believers, that can stand before Bakanga. Stand before me. God can prove himself. Your God is an imaginary figure that lives in the back of your head. He has never proven himself. Anybody who says that God has proven himself to them is a liar. Anybody who said that God has proven himself to them in private is a liar. Straight up. If you claim that God has proven himself to you, you are lying. You are lying in every way possible that it is to lie. You are lying, and you know that you are lying. You know. The funny thing is that all the people who claim that they have had some kind of encounter with God, they know they are lying. They know it. If you confront them with that truth, they will yield, because they know they are lying. They know it is just their feelings. It is just their sentiments. They know it. I said I will not bring any guest up until we get to 20,000 likes. And when I bring the first guest, we'll talk until we get to 30,000 likes. I won't bring the next guest, because that's how the algorithm works, y'all. You will tap the screen. Tap the screen, brothers and sisters. If you don't want to tap the screen, if you don't want to be here, you can leave. Joanna, God is real in your imagination, and you are a man. If God is real, that means that you are a man and you have a male sexual organ. You guys think that just because you say stuff with your mouth, it makes it true. Anybody can make any claim with their mouth. Anybody can make a claim with their mouth. You have no evidence to substantiate the existence of your God, because in fact, your God does not exist. Why is it important? Because human beings have been savage towards each other under the jurisdiction of the God believers.
Hello?
Are you here to prove to me that God exists, bro?
What makes you think that there's no God, actually?
Because there is no God.
How do you know that?
Because
Can
God
you
is nowhere
prove to
to.
me there's no God?
I
Hold
don't
on,
need
hold on.
to.
I
I
really want
don't.
to know.
Listen.
Hold on,
Li,
hold on, hold on. Hold on, my
listen.
brother. Hold on.
Listen.
I've been watching your program for
Brother,
so long now.
brother. I will not even repeat myself twice when I say to listen, bro. If I say you should listen at any point, please just listen. You're
I'm
not
listening. Go
gonna
ahead.
do this. Okay,
Let
fine.
me
So if I
understand.
say listen, you listen.
Just go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
The burden of proving that God exists is on you. Until you can prove that, we are not compelled by any means to conclude anything else other than that you made it up in your head, and that's why it doesn't exist. Do you understand that? The burden of proof is on you.
Look, I've been watching your program for so long now. Like, should I say it's been a year I've been following you, like watching your programs, you know? Because you once said you were once a Christian, right?
The burden of proof is on you. prove that there is a God, brother. Go straight to your point. Stop dancing around. Stop deflecting. Stop playing linguistic gymnastics. Prove that there is a God and end the conversation right here and
All
right
right,
now.
all right.
If you can't do that,
Listen, listen. You're just too. Listen, man. You should give. You should look. You should give
brother,
your what you call.
brother, with all due respect, I know that you can understand English, man. Please
Of course.
don't argue with me. Please don't dance with me. Prove to me that God exists. Don't go under any other subject of conversation. My conversation is not what you want to talk about. We're going to talk about the topic up on the screen. If you're not going to prove to me that God exists, thank you for your time, bro. It's nothing personal, but you will stick to my topic. Period.
Look, nobody's arguing with you, right?
Okay,
Is
then
it
if you
two
can,
different?
if you're not going to prove that God exists, bro, thank you for your time. I appreciate you, okay?
All right, but you can I ask you a question?
No, prove that God exists. Don't ask me a question.
That's what I'm saying. We should engage. We're talking. You should listen to me
Brother,
also. I'm
brother, I
going
will
to listen to
listen to
you.
you as long as you respect me enough to stick to the topic that I have put
I
up
do.
to
I do.
conversate.
I'm listening.
Okay, so now
I
listen,
do.
listen, listen. I have said to you as the host of the show, prove to me that God exists. I did not say ask me question. I did not say interrogate me. You need to now set forth on your path to prove to me and to 176 people that God exists. Go straight to your point. You guys like dancing linguistic gymnastics because you cannot prove it. I'm simply
Okay.
asking you to prove
How do
it.
you listen? You talk too much. How do you come into existence?
Thank you for your time.
You just a
Next guest. If you guys cannot comprehend my words, I will go on to the next guest. I don't have to
Hey,
talk to you.
I
I
just
want
want you to.
people, I want people that can stand by the comprehension of the subject that I have put up. Prove to us that God exists. If you set yourself up to prove that God exists, I will just keep quiet and listen. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? From my research, I have found that the Bible was like a colonization tactic. I haven't found anywhere stating that it came from Africa or any indigenous population. But where are the Limba and the Nigerian getting this Hebrew Israelite philosophy from? Can we put this notion to bed?
Brother, I wish we could talk about that, bro, but you see how I just treated the dude upstairs. I know you're cool though, but you come up here often. Let me stick, bro. Let me stick to people who want to prove that God exists. Me and you, bro, we can chop this up next time, bro. You know how it
Okay.
is. You
Okay.
feel me, man? You feel me, good
Yeah,
brother? Yeah,
I
yeah.
got
Like
you.
nothing personal. It's not like we fighting, bro. We ain't fighting. Some of these religious people, they just don't get it. But for you, I don't really need to yell at you or raise my voice because I'm pretty sure that you understand my intent. And I
Indeed.
get it. Yeah, man. So please, let me deal with these people today. I'm
All right.
begging you. Okay?
All right.
Just
Peace.
I see you all the time, the band show. Just come back
Hey,
next time,
hey,
my bro.
hey, can you add me?
Am I not following you?
Nah.
I got you, bro. There you go.
All
Boom.
right. Peace.
Peace to you. I don't want to hear nothing about your personal feelings about what you think I'm doing or how you think my behavior is. Simply come up here and prove to us that God exists. What's up, man?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the proof is that if you look at the universe, you will see that we have so many things in the universe. You have the sun, you have the moon, and you have everything. So if you see that, you will see that they are in order. The way the earth rotates around the sun is fixed. So if you look at those things, how they are all in a perfect order, yearly, you will see that there is a supernatural power that is behind all these things that is in existence. I believe that is a proof.
That is proof that what?
Hmm?
That's proof that what?
That there is God, there is a supernatural power.
So what you're telling me is that you don't know how the sun got here. You don't know how the sun works. You think you see it, and because you don't know, you just choose to imagine that it was a God.
Yes, because of the way that they are in order.
I'm pretty sure that when you go down the street, you see the street is in order. The buildings are in order. Was it God who built the buildings?
It's human being.
Okay, good. So what makes you think that Those things could not have been there, but there's still no God. What makes you think that the stars, the moon can still be there even if there's no God? Because we know that even just because something is made doesn't mean it was made by a God. You don't need a God in order to make things. Human beings make this thing on their own. Honeybees make bees on their own. Different things. And it is not really in order the way you say it is in order. Because if I ask you, bro, what is the order of the sun? Tell me, this sun that you say is in order. What is the order of the sun? Since you're so sure the sun is in order, tell me.
Because if the particular year that the night will come or the night will shift, it will always come like that when that particular time comes.
Do you know that calendars were man-made? Human beings are the one who make calendars. And do you know there are many calendars in this world?
Yes, I know.
Do you know that there are not 2 days who are the same?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so which order are you talking about?
Because the nights come every day and go, and the morning
Yes,
come
but
every day
but
and
but
go.
but what makes you think that it is the night? It is the same night. It is a different night. Every night is a different night. There's no 2 nights that are the same. Even your own body is showing you that every night is a different night, because when you went to sleep last night, you have aged since then. So by the time the next night comes, you are now a different man. You are an older man. It's not the same night. It's not an order. It's just going in circles, but it's not in a specific circular motion. So what do? We create calendars that will approximately follow the movements of these things. And then we're fixing the gap. That's, for example, we have a leap year. Do you know why we have a leap year? Because if we just follow the movement of the sun, it's not perfect. It's not really in order. So we created 365 days, and then we make February. Why do you think that every month is not exactly the same amount of day? Why do you think that some months have 30 days, some months have 28 days or 29 days, some months have 31 days? Because we are the ones who have manipulated it to make it seem like it's in order, but it's really not in order. So when you say to me, oh, because the sun and the moon and the stars, brother, maybe there was a giant crocodile who made it. It still doesn't mean there is a God, because just like we can see human beings are making things, and we still don't see that it was a God who made it. So when you're logically speaking, but if you're speaking logically, you cannot conclude that just because they are majestic looking things in the world, it must mean that there is a supreme almighty being. No. If you come to that conclusion, that is indicative of not only a lack of knowledge, but a lack of the desire to acquire knowledge, which is intelligence.
Well, what I can say is surprising to human being to come and see everything that is in this world the way
How do
they
you know
are.
that? How do you know that?
That is
You
a
are
big
the
question.
you are the only human being who is surprised. Do you know when the world came here? You don't know that. You don't know when human beings came here. You don't know if the world and the human beings develop at the same time. You don't know if human beings 1 million years ago are the ones who even made this world. You don't know that. But what we do know is that human beings can build civilizations, and the civilizations can fall. So you cannot tell me that human beings came and discovered the world here. There is no way to know if human beings are even the ones who put the sun in the sky. All I know is that the earth is like a house. And every time human beings live in a house, they build it themselves. So it's not strange to me to think that human beings in a distant past might have had the technology that gave them the capacity to build this world. It's not strange. Human beings are the ones who build houses for themselves. So if human beings wanted to build a homeland for themselves, what makes you think that human beings don't have the intelligence to do it? Just because we don't do today. And yet, 200 years ago, they could not fly. And today we are flying. Today we can remove a heart transplant. We can remove a heart from another human being and put it in another human being. We are doing all the things that people have been saying it was God. Everything that we are doing with our technology today, people used to think it was God 500 years ago. Everything that you think is God today, people will be doing it 2,000 years from now. Whatever people would think it was God 2,000 years from now, people will be doing it 100,000 years from now. Just use your brain and reason. God is a figment of people's imagination, bro. It cannot be proven. That is why there is a different one in every culture.
Okay, let me come in another angle. Like example, there are different religions, and all these people believe in their God. So sometimes when they are in need, they used to pray to God, and God answered their prayer.
Give me one example.
Like example, someone can be having sickness, that he have gone to hospital and the sickness couldn't be treated. He now be praying to God for healing. At one point in time, after that prayer, he realized that that sickness have gone. And some people who are in hardship, they pray to God and they became successful after prayers and
So
other
why
things.
hasn't God saved Nigeria from poverty? Nigerians have been praying. Nigerians have been praying for the last 60 years. Why hasn't God saved Nigeria? Maybe your God hates Nigerians, huh? Oh, I see. Why hasn't God gone to the hospital and healed all the little children who were born with cancer? Your God must hate children. Brother, are you even listening to yourself? If there was anybody that can heal somebody with prayer, we will not need hospitals. We need hospitals because there is no other way. So you are sitting here convincing yourself that prayers can heal. People have prayed to God. God have answered. Do you have a job?
Yes, I have a job.
Okay, why don't you just go to your house, quit your job today, tell your boss that you don't need him. Go to your boss and say, boss, I don't need you. I have God. Then go home and then pray. Pray that God should give you money and see if that money will ever come. When you get sick,
possible, no?
yeah, exactly. Thank you for your time, my bro. I appreciate you, okay?
Okay.
The standard for the discussion is that you will prove that God exists. Whatever way it's best possible within your imagination. And I'm the host of the show. If you don't get it, then you don't need to come up. What's up, Bula?
Exactly. What's up, brother?
Go straight to the point, my brother. I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm going straight to the point. I hear you talking about God is not exist or God is exist. Really, you are 100% right.
Brother, if I'm 100%
You are
right,
100% right.
then me and you have no argument.
I have the same.
Hold up, brother.
Yes, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you
if
because
I
maybe
am
people will listen
if
to
I
you.
am 100% right, brother, then me and you will not need to talk today now, because today I'm only talking to people of controversy. But I would take my time. I would take my time to thank you. Thank you for coming up. Okay, I appreciate you, Buba.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
Do not send your request if you're unable to prove that God exists. Do not send your request if you already agree with me. There is a reason why people who believe in God cannot prove that God exists, y'all. I'm telling you. There is a reason, and that reason is simple. That reason is because God, in fact, doesn't exist. That is why it is important that people be made aware of that fact. That is what I'm doing here. That's why no matter which God they believe in, they cannot prove it. It's impossible. As you're listening to me right now, if you're a person who believes in God, prove to yourself that God exists without lying to yourself. You can't do it. What's up, man?
Hello, bro. Am I
Go straight
on?
to your point. Go straight to your point, bro.
How are you?
Go straight to your point, bro.
Yeah, God exists. I
Prove
believe
it.
God exists.
Prove it.
Now, if God doesn't exist, how do we, come here on this planet? He has
Brother,
made
let me
this
ask you a
planet.
question. If you don't know how we
Yeah.
come up on this planet, does it change the fact that we are on this planet?
No, how? Like,
No.
how did the first man- how
Answer
did
my
the
question.
first man
Answer my question.
came on this planet?
Brother, answer my question. If you don't know that
Yeah.
answer, does it change the fact that you are still on this planet?
No.
Okay,
Listen.
good. So now listen to
There's
me.
God.
Listen
I
to
want to
me.
prove to you that there's God. Because if
Brother,
there's no God,
brother,
you and I cannot
stop
be in
talking. Stop
existence.
talking. When I say stop talking, you stop talking, bro. Come on.
But now we can't argue if you don't want me to talk.
Okay, thank you for your time. Next guest. You will talk when I give you permission to talk. Period. Damn, man, why can't y'all understand that? You cannot talk by ignoring the fact that I'm the one hosting the program. It's not your program. If you want to host a program, please go and host your own program. You have the freedom to do it. If you don't like the way I'm doing it, please don't be here. What's up?
So you don't believe in God?
Ma'am, there is no need to believe in anything in particular, especially not a God. Are you able, through the sum of your knowledge, through the sum of your critical thinking, to your truest most honest ability, prove that there is a God beyond shadow of doubt?
They speak of people like you in the Bible. You know that?
Sister,
Isaiah 5:9.
sister, I understand that you might
Isaiah
have.
5:9 says that there will be
I
people like you
understand.
that come to question if there's a God or not.
Sister, I'm not trying to go on a back and forth that yields no fruit.
What proof?
Maybe you have some arrows to throw at me because you don't like what I'm doing. Maybe you don't like what
I
I'm
don't have
doing.
any arrows.
Okay, then
Don't-
prove to me that God exists. Don't change the topic, please.
Your existence right now is proof that God exists. You're just a wayward God.
How?
Because there were different types of gods.
How
There were
does my
different- there were-
existence?
there-
How does my existence right now prove that there is a God? Explain that.
You have breath in your body, right? Where does your
Okay.
life source come from? Where does your life source come from?
My life source comes from water, the food that I eat,
Where
the
does
air
the
that I
water
breathe,
come from?
and the water that I drink. The water is ever present as part of our environment, naturally forming and changing its states from one state to another from time to time. It's natural. The water comes from a natural phenomenon without intent,
Phenomenon.
without purpose.
What's that phenomenon come from?
The phenomenon,
water-
the phenomenon doesn't originate from anywhere in particular. It is ever present.
Okay, and that's a God source.
No, that's not
That's
a
a
God
source.
source. That is not
That's
a
a
God
source.
source.
You've given it the name phenomenon, but it's
have
really a God source.
We have studied through science and being realistic that the definition of God is associated with religious belief. There is no God outside of religious beliefs. And then when you examine God within religious beliefs, it is simply people's imagination. There is no need to redefine words within the English language to redefine and redesign concepts to things where it doesn't really apply. When we understand that there is a difference between natural science and religious beliefs. I don't know if you're confused in your head, my dear, but I don't think
No,
you
you're
are.
confused, darling. I think you're confused.
Sister, I don't know if you're confused.
And then you cut people off.
Okay.
People cannot explain
I
their
don't-
side.
I
You haven't
don't
even
know-
given me
I
a
don't-
chance to ask questions because you're trying to cut me off.
Sister,
you
because
have
I
it in your
did, I
head
did
that
not,
there's
I did
no
not
God.
bring you up to ask question. Look, I have a subject. I said, prove to me there is a God. You're supposed to be
I
making a
just proved
premise.
it to you. Your existence, even
Sister,
your thought, your free
sister,
will to be able to believe there's not a God is the reasoning
Sister,
for the God. That
sister,
is God.
sister,
You have the
didn't
right to believe what you want to believe, just like your people that come on this show have a right to believe what they believe. You came all the way to this
Sister.
planet to tell people there's no God because in your nation there isn't a God. Your people sold out. Just like in my nation, we got vampires here sucking off all the other nations. Those are aliens. But the God source got to come through the people, and it's not going to come through you because you don't believe that anything can be done that's supernatural other than what comes out of your mouth. You don't believe that there's anything outside of your thoughts. So no, there's not a God to you, but there is a God in other nations.
Sister,
Yes.
that is why you're delusional.
You're an alien.
Okay.
You're an alien that
Sister.
don't believe in God.
Sister, that is why you're delusional and you're suffering from delusional paranoia, right?
No, you're suffering
You
delusion
are-
because you said
Sister,
the example is
sister, you
you
said to
where's
me
the
to
God in
let you
Nigeria?
speak.
Did you ask
said
the
to
last
me,
caller
you
that?
said to me to let you speak, and I let you spoke. I let you speak. Now you're gonna let me speak.
Okay, go ahead.
Because if you bullshit me, then I'll do you like the next guest. I'll just take you
This
down.
isn't bullshit, bro. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm
then listen
listening.
carefully. I don't give a shit, and human beings don't give a shit anymore what your sentiments are about your inability to understand basic science. It's not my fault that when you went to school, you didn't pay attention. English is not a language that you invented.
They didn't teach
can't-
God in school. What are you talking about?
Sister, let me finish.
They didn't
talking.
teach God in school.
Let
so
me
that's,
finish.
That's a bad example.
Let me finish making my premise.
Okay.
And you will respond to my premise. It's not my fault that you don't understand natural science. It's not my fault that you're overcome by your emotions and everything to you is sentimental and you can't help but keep pointing the finger at other people and you ain't never taking a responsibility for anything in your life. That is why you have daddy issues.
I take
That's why-
responsibility for my life.
Sister, let me tell you something about children, okay? What I've observed, and maybe you've observed this too. Children, somebody else cooks for them. Somebody else washes their clothes. Somebody else does everything for a child. And we were all children at some point, and we got used to that. As we grew up, we each had to face the reality that somebody else wouldn't always do everything for us, and that most of the things that we need, we are going to have to be able to do it on our own. We all had to do that as human beings. But some of us never quite outgrew that desire to have someone doing everything for us. So even though we faced reality, we kept on imagining what it would be like. Even though as we being adults, what will it be like if somebody else was doing everything for us? That is where your idea of God comes from. You always need a source, because when you were a baby, when you cried, your mom and your father was the source for everything you had. So your brain can't think outside of the idea of a source. You're always thinking about something else giving to you. You've never ever thought in your life that perhaps the only source that there is what I am and what I can give, because there is no other source.
You're insinuating that on everybody. You do that to every
Sister,
caller too. You're
sister,
insinuating that other people
my
are believing in some
insinuation,
other source. No, people come up with an idea, and that source of faith powers that idea. It still
sister,
starts with me. It still starts with my thought.
my insinuation is backed by your behavior and your character. The fact that you believe in the book called the Bible. You are desperate for a father. You have daddy issues. Your earthly father was never good enough to you. Neither was your earthly mother. That's why you need God, the God of the Bible, to be your father. You need an imaginary father because you never truly had a real father.
No, my earthly mother and earthly father still have to submit to a higher divine, just like I do.
Your earthly
That
father and
your
your earthly
mother
mother.
and earthly father are just here to help you in the physical. What's going to help your soul though? And that's your problem. You don't have a soul. And that's
Your
why you're trying to
earthly,
tell everybody else, oh, well, you don't need to believe in God. No, God manages my soul. My mom and my dad manage my physical existence. But sir, you be great, because I don't want to argue with a demon. Goodbye.
exactly. Like I said to you, you're emotional. It's all
No,
about feelings for you.
you know you're emotional. You be
It's
telling
all
everybody
about
how they feel. You
it's
try
all
to get on
about
here and tell everybody
feelings.
how they feel, and
It's
you
all
are just a
about
piss poor
it's
human
all
that
about
had nobody
feelings
taking
for
care
you.
of you, and now you online telling everybody
It's
there ain't no God.
it's
You're a
all
piss
about
poor
feelings for
human.
you. It's all about feelings for
I
you.
feel sorry for you, Banga.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
look at that. You can't even pronounce my name because you're
You don't
overcome by
have a
your
name.
emotions. Sister, I get it, okay? I get it. Like I said, many of you who believe in God only believe in God because you never grew up as children. You are still just children. You think that if you cry, somebody will do everything for you. That's what children do. Do you know how a child imagines his father in his head? Every child imagines in their head that their father can do anything. In the mind of a child, the child's father is an almighty supreme being that can give him anything that he wants. That is why you guys, though you grew up and you became adults, you still keep thinking you still need a daddy. You have not achieved independence of mind. There is such a thing in this world as independence of mind. Independence of mind. Like I said, when you come up here, you need to prove to me that God exists. Go straight to your point. I will not engage in petty small talk with nobody.
Probability say you go die by boss. Is it possible say you go die by boss first than say God don't exist? You know.
Hello?
See they talk.
I dey talk on based on probability now. Probability I just talk like the law of probability now. Like, probability now
Hello?
say these chances of this thing happening day.
Hello?
And chances of this thing happening no day. But the probability of God existing
Hello? Is there anybody there? Hello?
you going outside and the car eating you to die.
Hello?
And God they more probable that God exists.
Is they more
Those-
provable?
Probable, not provable.
Those guys were not, I guess they were talking to themselves. Hello? Go straight to your point, people. You guys are embarrassing yourself, you religious people. You are embarrassing yourself, embarrassing your religion, embarrassing your beliefs. What's up, man?
No, you are embarrassing yourself.
Prove to me that God exists. Go straight to the point.
Proving to you that God exists is you being here talking about God and trying to prove that God don't exist. If God do not exist, we won't be having this conversation or this chat.
So if we're talking about something, it means it exists.
Because you trying to tell people that God don't exist, but actually,
Brother, just because we are talking about it doesn't mean it exists because we are talking about it.
so what makes you think that God don't exist?
Brother, answer the damn question. If not, you're gone. Just because we are talking about it doesn't mean that that is the reason why God exists.
God exists, my brother.
Brother, you said to me that God exists because I am talking about it, right?
Yes, because only a fool will say that there is no God.
Brother, did you say to me that God exists because I am talking about it? Yes or no?
You talking about God, of course, yes, God exists.
Okay, let me tell you something. I think that you are a woman. So that must mean that because I'm talking about you as a woman, it must mean that you are a woman.
The fact that you're just making assumption, saying that I'm a woman, but I'm speaking to you in a manly voice, and then you telling me something that I'm a woman.
You are a woman with a man's voice, yes. Because you said if I talk about it, it means it exists. You said I'm talking about God, so it means God exists, right?
Because you want to imagine it.
Since I'm talking about you as a woman. I think you're a woman who has a man voice. You went and got surgery. You went and did surgery, and you know you're
like I said,
you're part of the LGBT. Congratulations to you, brother.
Only a fool like you will say that there's no God.
It's okay, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. I wasn't trying to offend you. Okay, ma'am.
Honestly, I appreciate you calling me ma'am or whatever you want to call me or name me.
Sorry, ma'am.
I don't bother about what you want to say.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm very respectful because since you said since I'm talking about it is real, so I'm gonna talk about what I think you are. And listen, ma'am, go ahead. Give me your proof, ma'am. And please don't change your voice. Speak in your woman voice, okay? You don't have to change your voice around here.
I'm not even ashamed or whatever, because listening to you saying about war and then you blaming the African or Nigerian for
I can only entertain you for so long. I say prove to me that God exists. You people cannot prove. You're only coming here under emotional trigger. Prove to us that God exists. Prove it. Don't deflect, don't dance around, just go straight to the point. If you have the ability to prove that your God exists, simply just go directly to that point, okay? Make it known that your God exists. Give us evidence beyond shadow of doubt. That's what I'm demanding from you. Hello?
Hello?
Go straight to your point.
Can you hear me?
Go straight to your point.
Okay. It's very unfortunate that you might have read other books that might influence your mind on the existence of God. But then saying that you should prove your life matters to us more. If not, some of us would have said something that will go a long way to hurt your emotion, and if care is not taken, you wouldn't like the outcome. You see, God is a merciful God. So he can allow you to
brother, prove to me that God exists. I don't need you to preach to me, brother. I hope you know the difference. Please, prove to us that God exists. That means you need to give us evidence which is beyond shadow of doubt. I'm not asking you to preach to me about how you feel or about what you think.
One of the evidence I will tell you is how you came about in the belly of your mother and come out now, and your parents take care of you till you grow up to this stage. If only you can also prove to me how your bone grew up in the belly of your mother, then I will tell you that indeed God exists. So can you tell me how your bones grew up in the belly of your mother?
Brother, it is called anatomy and physiology. It is an entire science that has been well studied, well documented. It is practically observable in the highest institutions of education in this world. If you want to acquire that knowledge, go and enroll in school and learn. But that is not a subject of even argument among human beings. That we have any doubt. Brother, let me finish talking. That we have any doubt how human beings are formed in their mother's womb. You are here right now telling me that just because you are ignorant on how sperm and egg interacts, fertilization and conception, so you have assumed that there is a God just because you don't know how human beings are born? Shame on you.
And I'm telling you that,
Shame on you.
you don't know. Science doesn't know how bones were grown in the belly of God. Science doesn't know.
Shame
Science
on
is still
you.
trying. Science is just trying to discover.
Shame on you.
Science can't tell you how. And shame on you as well. You see, that is. Do you know why you are so rude to people? It is because you hate the truth, and the truth is so painful. I will always pray for you that one day, one time, you face the reality of life, and that will change
Brother,
your mind.
brother, let me ask
I
you a
wouldn't
question,
want you
okay?
to. I wouldn't want you to die like this.
Brother, let
But
me
go
ask you a
ahead.
question. Stop preaching. I told you stop preaching. Brother, what is the definition of truth in English?
I'm. I'm. I'm not. I'm not preaching you.
Brother, what is the definition of truth in English? You went to go and Google it. Shame on you. Hey, embarrassment. Next guest. You say you have the truth, and yet you cannot speak the truth. Hello? 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 All right, sister, you don't want to go straight to your point. I have to go on to the next guest. Go straight to your point, y'all.
Yeah. You said science. Didn't science prove that Jesus rose from the dead?
No.
So what all them things? What did they prove then?
Go to school and go and learn about science. I'm not your science teacher.
Isn't there a tomb right
I am not
now
your science
where
teacher.
you can go and look for?
I am not your
Since you
science
said
teacher.
God is not real, God is not real to you, but I know God is real to
Brother,
me.
if God is real, prove to us that God exists.
Nah, I don't need to prove to you. I only need to
Do
prove to
you know
God.
why? Do you
Not
know why you
you.
don't need do you know why you
You're
don't need
not
to prove
God.
it? Do you know why you don't need
You're
to
not
prove
God,
it?
bro.
But
No, I don't have to prove to you.
do you know why you don't have to?
I don't.
Yeah, I know you don't, but
But
do you
God
know
is
why?
real.
Do you know why you don't?
Tell me.
You have mental issues. Thank you for your time.
Bro, you lost, bro.
I don't need to prove. If you don't need to prove, why did you come to my show when my show says prove to me that God exists? If you don't need to prove, then don't come up. It's simple as that. I get it. You don't need to prove it. Good for you. Much respect to you. Enjoy your life, but you don't even have to send your request. What's up, man?
Hello, Bakanga. Can you hear me?
Straight to the point, brother. I can hear you.
All right. So I also used to think God didn't exist. I was a Christian, but I also looked at the way the world works and the way the universe works, and I also thought that for everything to work this way, God probably doesn't exist because of a lot of terrible things that happen. But there was a book I read. I encourage you to maybe take a look at it if you want to. You know, it's called The Origin of the Universe by Joseph Rusloff. And I believe it will give you a little bit more insight. But to go to the point, I believe that God exists because I don't think it God exists the way the Christians think it exists, or the way the Muslims exist, or Buddhism, or all of that. But I feel like every single thing, Bakanga, has a source. Every single, just like you said, the
Brother,
water. Go ahead.
brother, if everything has a source, what is the source of God?
Um, because of our limited understand,
No,
we
no, 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 no. If your understanding was limited, you would have never told me that everything has a source. Everything is not a limited statement. The moment you said everything, you were showing to us that you know what everything is. So you sat over here and told me that everything has a source. Okay, good. Everything, right? Okay, God is something. What is the source of God?
we may never know the real source of God.
No, brother, let me tell you something. It's not that we may never know the real source of God. It's that you assume that everything has a source. That's your problem. You began with a false promise, and your reason to justify your promise is something that you cannot protect. So as soon as I ask you to justify why you say that everything has a source, and what's the source of your source, now you start playing linguistic gymnastics. Now you start trying to act like you're humble, when in reality, you didn't know anything to begin with. You just began with assumptions. There is no such thing as a source in this world, bro. The reality is that nothing has a source. What people are calling source are just different transformation. The true reality is that you don't need a source for something to exist, because nothing is really a source. Things just change themselves. So me, I am just my father and my mother. My father and my mother are not my source. I am my father and my mother. Water is not the source of ice. Ice is water. If I say, hey, where did the water come from? Where did the ice come from? The ice is the water. If I take my water and I put it in the fridge, it is liquid. As soon as I put it in the fridge, it turns to ice. What is the source? What is the source of the ice? The temperature had to change. When the temperature changed, the water simply transformed itself. That's it. But you are watching that transformation and you think it's a source. No, it's not a source. When your father becomes horny, he is sexually stimulated. And your mother is also sexually stimulated. They simply, the environment changes and they penetrate each other. And then before you know, sperm and egg combined. And there is a natural reaction. It is their genetics. It is literally them transforming themselves. It is not a source. It's not a matter of a source. This idea, this premise that you need to have a source is due to a complete lack of understanding of what you are observing in the world.
All right. I absolutely get what you're saying. So I do get what you make a great point. So
If everything has a source, God must have a source, bro. If God doesn't have a source, then that means that things can exist without having sources. Then you can very much apply that same principle to everything that is. When you realize that human beings don't give birth to gorillas, so human beings cannot be the source of gorillas. Something cannot be a source of something other than itself. Everything is its own source. So if God is a source, that means everything has to be God. So there is really no God. Because who is God going to be God to? Himself?
that book that I suggested to you actually said that everything was actually God. That
Listen,
every single thing is
listen,
God.
bro. If everything is God, that means there is no God. Because the
Correct.
premise of God is to rule, is to dictate. Thank you for your time, my brother. I appreciate you, okay? No harm done.
All right. Thanks.
Go straight to your point. Prove to me that God exists. Ladies and gentlemen, why are we? You know what? Maybe I should stop taking guests until we reach 50,000 likes. We reach 100,000 likes. Hit the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Tap the screen. We should have already been at 100,000 likes by now. Tap the screen.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up?
Okay. So I wanted to tell you that you're not wrong with what you're saying, because the God that the world presented to us does not exist. That's literally because everything they taught about the Bible was wrong. So what your conclusion as to what you believe in, you're actually right. And the world is wrong because, as I said, that God was not born. They misconstrue Isaiah 9 and 6. It says that God was born, meaning that God would be born flesh and blood like you and I. So the God that they taught us about does not exist. So you're not wrong at all. You're actually right.
But I'm not
Because like
talking about just the God of the Bible. I'm talking about all gods and all ideas of God. So I'm not isolating Christianity. My statement applies to the imagination of God in the human brain. In every human brain that the word God forms, that such a being doesn't exist. It is always and would always be fictional. Tap the screen, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to give you like 5 minutes so we can get to 100,000 likes. Then I'll bring up the next guest. I'll bring up the next guest when we get to 100,000 likes. So you tap the screen. And if you don't want to be here, feel free to leave. I don't have to talk to you. Tap the screen until we get, if everybody taps the screen, we'll get to 100,000 likes. Even if I don't talk, that is fair. Some of you are so stingy, you won't even tap the screen. We are at 78.1 thousand likes. Continue to tap the screen. Just 20,000 more likes. I don't do it often, but technically, this is the whole point of the live session, right? I'm not asking you to give me money or anything. If you guys are so cheap you can't do this, you can't tap your screen, then maybe I should just get off live and just make videos. There you go. We're 86. Almost at 100,000 likes. Good job, everybody. Thank you for participating. Thank you for supporting the Bakangalization process. There is no God. There has never been a God, and there would never be a God. Me, Bakanga, I am the challenger of believers. I am the operator of the mentality of believers. I will redistribute knowledge and put it into you because you have been overcome by your emotions and your brain has let you down a bottomless pit of delusions that you call belief. Your God does not exist. Your God will never exist. And your God has never existed. That is a fact. Well, almost at 100,000 likes. Good job. In fact, I'll bring up the next guest just because we're that close. Continue tapping. The next goal is 200,000. When you come up, I expect you to go straight to your point. Listen, if you live your life compelled to please people or afraid to disappoint people, you will be miserable. I am not compelled to please. There is no human being in this world that I get up in the morning and I think about pleasing them. There is no human being in this world that I get up in the morning and I'm afraid to disappoint. I will disappoint you no matter who you are, and I will please you no matter who you are, when I want to and how I want to. That is the gift of the freedom of thought. There is only one way that this life can end, with death. So it doesn't matter if I please everybody in the world, I will still die. It doesn't matter if I disappoint everybody in the world, I will still die. So why then should I focus my intent to pleasing any particular group of people? Use your brain. Use your brain. Hello?
No.
Go straight to your point, sir. Next guest. What's up, man? What's going on, Brandon? Bro, what the heck is going on with this? Let's guess. Listen, man, fix your network. Make sure you're in a good place before you come up. God has never existed. God will never exist. People believe it because they are miserable and they have given up on life. If you are that type of person who has given up on your life, then now you have to believe in imaginary things. Get up from sleep. What's going on, man?
Hi, how are you?
Go straight to your point, bro. It doesn't matter how I'm doing.
Okay. I heard earlier you said that you are your mother and your father.
Genetically, scientifically, biologically, and naturally, yes. Yes, sir.
Prove that to me.
Genetically, scientifically, and naturally. The only aspect in which I differ from my father and my mother is my personality, which is due to the unique interaction that this vessel, this meat, this limp out of my mother's womb has had to endure. If I have to prove to you, bro, that I am my father and my mother genetically, you are not worthy to have a conversation with me. It simply means you never went to school and you have not participated in civilization since the internet was invented. You live in your own head. If you come up on the internet and ask me to prove to you that I am genetically from my father and my mother, that tells me a lot about your intelligence. It's not like there's any question about what I said. Okay. Who's even arguing? Bro, who is arguing? Who in this world is arguing if human beings are the genetic product of their father and their mother, an exact replica of that unique combination? Who is arguing about that? The fact that you're asking me to prove that to you shows that you lack knowledge at a level that is so deep. Perhaps you and I shouldn't be having this conversation. Perhaps you need to go back to school.
Okay, so my next question, my next point that I want to prove is that
brother,
if you are your mother and your father,
your next point that you're trying to prove.
Okay.
Does it prove that God exists?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, I want you to prove that God. I want you to prove that God exists. Okay, brother, stick to my topic. If you don't want to stick to my topic, okay, feel free to just leave, and I'll go on to the next guest. I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. If you don't want to answer the question, just go.
Okay. Can I talk now?
Prove that God. Are you going to prove that God exists?
Okay. Can I talk now?
Are you going to prove that God exists?
Yes, I'm going to prove.
Okay, good. I'm gonna
It's
listen.
like you didn't
All
prove
I'm,
me that God does not exist.
all I'm gonna do is listen,
Okay, so
and then you're gonna prove to me,
okay, listen,
brother.
please.
If you begin talking and you don't do that, I will take you down. You understand that, right?
It's up to you.
Because you religious people, you are full of such a deceitful mentality and character.
So,
It's so
so your mother
embarrassing.
is your ass and your father is your front.
Is that what you have to say?
Yes, that's what I have to say.
Okay, yes, your mother is my ass and your father is my front. Thank you for your time.
Now, you said your mother is your ass and your.
Unbelievable. You see what I'm saying? These are the people. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's laugh, right? Let's laugh because it's funny. But these are the people who come to defend God. These
Yes,
are the
don't pick
people
my
who believe in God. These are the people who believe that God exists. These are the people who are coming to prove that God exists. Out of all
I've
the
got
people
one
who are
question.
listening to me right, bro, I'm talking.
Whether
Out of all the
what's in
people
that
who are listening
question
to
that
me, brother, I'm talking.
whether
Brother, I'm talking to the
uh
audience. Hold up now.
the proof of an
Brother,
sorry, okay,
hold
okay,
up.
okay.
I am talking to the audience. Hold up.
Sorry, I didn't know I was on. Sorry.
These are the type of people who come up to prove that God exists. You get it? People who have no independence of mind. Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Me, I don't follow around you. I'm saying it, Kola.
Hello, Bakanga. Hello.
Brother, I'm listening. Go straight to your point.
I'm not fighting. I just wanted to ask. Is there a
I'm
difference
not
between a believer and a
I'm,
Christian?
I'm not fighting either. Are you going to prove to me that God
Okay. Is
exists,
there?
bro? Are you proving to me that God exists?
I'm not, I'm, I'm not against you, but I
Okay,
just want to
okay, brother.
confirm.
Brother, you need to rest. If you're not against me, brother, please, I'm sorry, but I cannot talk to you
Just
today, okay? With all due
the first
respect,
time for you to
please.
ask. Talk with
Please.
for tell me what I want ask another time.
I only want people who can prove that God exists. I only want people who can prove that God exists. If you cannot prove that God exists, please don't come.
Yo,
Hello?
what do you think? That God doesn't exist? Tell me a reason.
I want you to go ahead and prove that God exists. I don't need to tell you anything. The point of this program is for you to prove that God exists. And you sound young, so better behave yourself. If not, I will take you down.
Yeah, fuck you, nigga.
Like I said, this is why religion is as toxic can be toxic. This is why my job is important. They begin to destroy the brains of the young ones when they are still young.
Hello?
Go straight to your point.
Ask me a question, please.
I don't need to ask you a question. Read the screen.
You said I should prove to you that God exists.
Now go straight to your point.
How did you come in existence? Let me ask you.
That has nothing to do with God. That has nothing to do with God.
That has nothing to do with God. Did you create yourself?
It still has nothing to do with God.
Why are you not answering the questions?
Because I asked you to prove to me that God exists. Your brain cannot prove it. That's not
How
why you're
can I
asking
prove
questions,
to you
bro.
that God?
Brother, do
Wait,
you know
it
that
has
people
to be an
do you know
interaction. Hello.
do you know that people who ask
Okay.
questions ask because they don't know? Brother, prove to me that God exists. I did not ask you to ask me a question. I did not say interrogate me. Prove to me, make your point, make your premise, back your premise by your own argument, and then stand by your own. Don't ask me a question. I'm not here to help you. Help yourself. If you cannot do that, then thank you for your time. Prove to me that God exists. If you can't do that, you can leave.
Look, I'll prove to you that God really exists.
So
But the
go
only way
ahead,
I
do
can
it.
prove to you is if we have an interaction.
Brother,
We
if
have
you
to
need
have an
to
interaction.
if you need to have an interaction with me to prove that your God exists, it shows me that you yourself don't even believe in your own God. You need somebody else to help you because you made it up in your
No,
head. Thank you
I
for your
don't need.
time.
I
Brother,
don't need you to help me.
brother,
Please
thank
listen
you
to
for your
me.
time. Brother, thank
Listen
you for
to
your
me.
time, okay?
Hello. Okay,
Brother,
I don't need. Okay, let me go straight to the point. Let me go straight to
no,
the point.
I'm about to remove you, bro, because I explained
Let
to
me
you,
go
but you
straight
kept
to the
arguing with me.
point.
You kept arguing with me. Listen, y'all, as long as there's one other guest waiting in line, if you don't just prove to me that God exists, I'll go to the next person. I don't want to argue with you. Just prove it. Prove to us that God exists. There are millions of Christians in this world, so I want to go through as many of them as possible. You just need to prove to me that God exists. Do it. Do it without sounding like somebody who lives in a cave or somebody who left their brain in their house this morning and came out in public. Remember to take your brain with you. If you don't have to prove that God exists, what are you doing here on my program? You don't have to be here. Go and drink some tea. Go to church. Go and hang out. Go to your pastor's house. I want people who can stand by their own words and make their own points. Go straight to the point.
Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir. Go straight to the point.
God exists.
Prove it.
Because I believe God exists.
God exists because you believe it?
Yes.
Hello? Okay. I believe that you are a woman. So you are a woman.
Hello? I'm a man. No, I'm not a woman. I am a
No,
man.
no. You're a woman. I believe that you're a woman.
No, I am a man.
No, bro. You're not getting it. God exists because you believe in God, right?
Yes.
You are a woman because I believe you're a woman. So you can have your belief, I can have my belief. You believe in God, good for you. I believe you're a woman. So now you have to believe
No.
me.
Okay. You say I have to believe you because you believe I'm a woman.
Because
Isn't
you're
it?
asking, you're telling me I have to believe you because you believe in God.
Answer me
Brother,
first.
you
believe.
said to me,
Hold up. I said I believe God.
you said to
I
me to
believe God
believe that,
exists.
brother, I said
I
to you
said
to
I
prove
believe.
to me, brother,
That's
I
what
said
I'm
to you,
proving.
I
That is what I'm
said
proving.
for
That
you
is
to
what I'm
prove to me.
proving.
I said to you
That's
to
what I'm
prove to me.
proving.
I said
That
to
is
you
what
to
I'm
prove to
proving.
me. I said
That
to
is
you
what
to
I'm
prove to me.
proving.
I
And
said to
that is what
you,
I'm proving.
brother,
That is why I'm proving. That is what I'm proving to you. That is what I'm.
I have muted you with my finger power. Now prove to me that your God exists by unmuting, by stopping me from muting you. I said, prove to me that God exists. What do? You say, I believe in God.
God exists.
I did not
God
ask you to,
exists.
I did not ask
And I
you to
believe.
tell me.
And I believe you believe God exists.
Next guess. Like I said, make sure you bring your intelligence. Bring your intelligence with you. The universe is not a building. Only human beings build buildings. Buildings is man-made. There is no building that exists that was not made by a human being. Have you ever seen a building without a builder? Only human being build. Building is an action that can only be performed by human beings. Some of you did not go to school. You are an embarrassment to intelligence. But I am here to reactivate your brain. I am here to reactivate your brain. I'm here to welcome your brain back into the world of common sense. I don't need you to like me. You can hate me if you want to, but I will tell you like it is. My words are powerful. My words can cut through the brain and the mind and the imagination of any religious person. In fact, right now, as you are listening to me, there's 3 types of people. 1, the first people who are listening to me right now, you are being emotionally triggered by every word coming out of my mouth. And you absolutely do not like my attitude. You absolutely do not like my behavior, but you cannot resist being here. You still want to be here because something inside of you is just attracting you to me. The second type of person, you enjoy this entertainment. You don't really care if God exists, and you don't even care if God doesn't exist. You are just here to enjoy. The third type of person knows that God doesn't exist, and they are simply here enjoying the ride. The first group of people, you are really my target. You are my target. I am targeting those of you who are being emotionally triggered by my words. Yes, you are the fish I am trying to catch. And I am catching many of you right now with my almighty words. of truth. Hello?
Can you hear me? What's up, bro?
It's all right, brother. Go straight to your point.
Obviously, you say prove to me that God exists, right?
I'm pretty sure that's what the screen says.
Okay. No, I'm just asking. We're not fighting, bro. So for me, if you go all the way back in time, does human being, do we increase or do we decrease?
You cannot go back in time.
Why we cannot go back in time?
Because time is not in terms of forward and backwards. Time is in terms of left and right. Time moves in terms of left and right. Time doesn't move in terms of backward and forward. Those who told you that time moves in terms of left and forward.
What is history? What would you consider history to be?
History is a poetic way for human beings to tell tales about things that happened when and where they were not there.
In the past, right?
No, it doesn't have to be in the past.
History is not something that happened in the past?
No. Because what happened in the past, you cannot know what happened in the past. I'm telling you, bro, there's a difference between history and what actually happened in the past.
Do you know that 9/11 occurred?
9/11 is not history.
It didn't happen?
9/11 did not happen. 9/11 happens every year, bro. 9/11 is going to happen. You don't think there's gonna be 9/11? Hold on, bro. You don't think that there's gonna be 9/11 in 2024?
No, we're not talking about literally the date. We're talking
exactly. Listen. And if it's not literal, it's not real. Anything which is not literal is not real.
It happened. Okay, but let's get to the point.
What happened? What happened? Bro, listen to me, bro.
There was a lot of people that lost their lives that day.
Bro, there's a lot of people who died in car accident that day. Yes.
Well, we're not talking about
bro. Listen to me, bro. Every day in this world for the last 30 years, approximately 250,000 people die every day. And it's going to continue like that. That is the rate of death and birth. Okay, about the same amount of people are born.
With your question, and I know you're not going to want to say, well, I'm not here to answer question. You saying prove to me God exists, you yourself will not be able to prove he doesn't exist either.
Because the burden of proof is not on me. Yeah, if I go to court, hold on. If me and you go to court and I accuse you of committing a crime, who is the burden of proof on? The burden of proof is not for me to prove that I did not commit a crime when you can't even prove that I committed a crime. If we go to jail and you accuse me of committing a crime and you don't even have any valid information, the judge will throw that case out, bro. The judge will throw that case out. Any reasonable person who has a brain is a judge. Right? The burden of proof is on those who claim that there is a God. You don't go and ask those who are saying that there is no God to prove that there is no God. When those who claim that there is a God, brother.
There's people who believe God exists.
Brother, I am talking, right? If you really want to have a conversation with me,
I know, but then I'm just
do best to listen and then respond to exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
This is your last chance, bro. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. The burden of proof is on you. You lost this conversation the moment you told me to prove to you that God doesn't exist. You were conceding that you can't prove that God exists.
No. It's not that I cannot prove.
Okay, then if you can, just go straight to your point.
No, but the thing I'm saying, you already have your mind set up in a way.
Brother, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if my mind is set up. Brother, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if my mind is set up. You are talking to 429 people plus me.
Bro, you cannot say listen to you and you don't know the same.
Brother, you are talking to more than just me.
No, but I'm saying though, you said I should listen to you. You didn't do the same though when I started.
Augustine. Okay, if you don't like the way I'm running my show, go ahead and talk. This is your chance.
It's not about the show. It's about I'm just giving you.
Brother, if you don't like the way I'm running my show, go ahead and leave right now, respectfully. This is your chance.
It's not leave. That. I'm just saying I'm giving you the respect of
Augustine.
You're not doing the same.
Augustine, I'm giving you the respect of letting you talk to me.
I mean, it's a conversation. You open up a lie for
It's not a conversation. It's not a conversation.
So what is it?
It's whatever I want it to be because it's my program. That's why I'm giving you the opportunity right now. If you don't like the way I'm talking, please, this is your chance. Please leave. If you don't like, if you're gonna stay here, that means that you concede that I am gonna run the program. I am gonna control the narrative. I don't have to do anything. That's what I'm telling you. If you think I have to, bro,
how am I gonna prove to you if you don't let me talk?
Because I want you to only talk in the way that I want you to talk so that you answer my questions as directly as possible and you don't get a chance to deflect.
So that means no matter what people say, they're not going to be able to convince you because your mind is set up in a way already that this is not even a conversation.
You would be able to convince me if you answer my questions.
What question was this?
You would. I said go straight to the point and prove to me that God exists.
And I was trying to speak while
brother Augustine, I said straight to the point, right?
Okay.
So that means that, Augustine, that means that the moment you start speaking, I am paying attention to what you're saying. If I notice that you're not going straight to your point, I will interrupt you 10 million times, 1 billion times. That's how I choose to run my program. I'm not here for you to come and tell me how you feel. Go straight to your point. Brother, that's why I said go straight to it. Don't try to get to it. Get to it.
Okay. So my point I was trying to make is even science that you talk about so much, because I heard you already, prove the existence of Jesus Christ, which is also, if you want to talk about religion, is aligned with the fact that there is a God.
Bro, stop giving me quotes and proof that.
I'm not giving, that's not a quote, that's a
prove
fact.
It. That's not a fact. You're lying.
Prove what? Prove what?
Prove that God exists.
I just told you the existence of Jesus.
You just gave me a bunch of stories. You can tell me about the existence of Santa Claus. It doesn't make it true just because you said it.
Santa Claus is not something real. It's a made up.
So is Jesus. It's not something real. It's made up.
Oh my goodness. This guy. So in the beginning, the two human beings, those are made up as well from the beginning?
I am pretty sure that I have never seen two Caucasians give birth to a black human being. Neither have I ever seen two Asians give birth to a black human being. So there is no way there could ever be two human beings in the beginning that produce Asian people, white people, and black people. If you think that, you clearly are not seeing the world in which you live. So there was never any two first people in the beginning. Because among all human species, just hold on. Among all human species, we don't reproduce each other. So we all have, if we have origins, we all have independent origins. Just like monkeys don't produce goats, right? There was not a first animal that is the ancestor of the goats and the monkey and the dogs and the pigs. These animals don't reproduce each other when they mate with each other. If a Caucasian and another Caucasian reproduce, they will always only reproduce Caucasians. The same thing is true for black people. So distinctively, there is no way to conclude that there was ever an Adam and Eve that would produce simultaneously Caucasian people, Asian people, African people, Native Americans, Arabs. You understand? If there was an origin, there has to be multiple origins, just like when you have cars, right? When you have cars, right, all cars kind of look the same, but fundamentally, every car has a different manufacturer. So if human beings are the product of design, the evidence we see suggests that there were more than 10 to 20 designers, because there's more than 10 to 20 types of human beings. And the only things that human beings have in common is the fact that the same principles of engineering that would have been used to design the black person might have also been used to design the white person. But there's difference here and there. Like the technology that might have been used to make melanin in black would be a different technology that was used to make melanin in the white person. But the technology that was used to develop the white man's brain might be the same technology that was used to develop the black man's brain. We see that we are fundamentally different enough to suggest that there is no way we could originate from the same male and the same female.
So what you're basically saying
Adam and Eve is bullshit. Adam and Eve is bullshit. Okay, yes.
I mean that's an opinion, obviously, but
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Can you prove that's a fact?
Yes, because Caucasians cannot produce blacks. So tell me, was Adam and Eve black or white? Tell me right now. If they were real, tell me what's their race.
If they were real, I mean, back then people were not.
If Adam and Eve was real, tell me, were they black? Was Adam black and was Eve black? And explain to me how two black people produce Caucasian and produce a Caucasian male and a Caucasian female.
Are you saying in terms of they producing Caucasian or not? Are you saying they're real or they're not real? What are you saying?
I am saying that the story does not match our reality. Hence, our reality suggests that that story is not consistent with truth.
Okay, what about the tomb as in where Jesus was laid is literally evidence that shows that existed?
That's bullshit. That's bullshit, because there's evidence to suggest that the Roman Catholic Church was willing to create many forgeries in order to support their narrative of the Jesus story. Because if you go according to the Muslim account of it, Jesus never died. So who should we believe? You think we're going to believe you because you're a Christian and we're not going to believe the Muslim? Like, I mean,
I've not even come up and told you I was a Christian. You're just assuming that right now.
Listen. Like I said to you, you claim that Jesus died and the Muslim claim that Jesus never died. You claim that there was a tomb and the Muslim claim there is no tomb. Who should we believe? None of you,
The
because you are
evidence.
all making it up. You are
The
all
evidence.
making it up.
The evidence.
There is no evidence.
That there is no evidence, so you're saying Muslims and Christians believe in Jesus exists? That's also not true?
Brother, it's not true. It's all stories like Zeus. It's mythology,
Now
bro.
you're picking choosing because you're saying
Brother,
Muslims believe this,
brother,
Christians
the
believe this, but then you
entire
go back
the entire religion of Islam and Christianity is mythology. It's not real.
that's your opinion.
It's a fact. Do you know the definition of mythology?
That's like I said, that's your opinion.
Do you know the definition of mythology?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I'm going to read to you the definition of mythology, okay?
I mean, I could have done that too. I could have Googled it then if that's the point.
Google it. Go ahead. Google it. Google it and read it.
Because that's what you're trying
Google
to prove right now to read it.
Brother,
But
Google it.
Go ahead. You read it. You read it. Because at the end of the day,
mythology is defined as a collection of myths, especially one belonging to a particular religious or cultural tradition. A book discussing Jewish and Christian mythology. It's called the Bible and the Quran. Those are mythological books.
okay.
Now, let me give you the definition of a myth, because that was mythology, right? Now, let me give you the definition of myth. A myth is a traditional story, especially one concerning the early history of a people or explaining some natural or social phenomenon, typically involving supernatural beings or events. A widely held but false belief or idea. That's what a mythology is. It is widely held, but it is false.
Bro,
it is widely held, but it is false.
I feel like this whole conversation, you're looking for a physical evidence of God existing.
Anything which is not physical is not real.
Say that again?
Anything which is not physical is not real. That's why it's called physics. Have you ever heard of the word physics? Bro, reality
that's not physical, it's not real?
Yes, let me tell you something, bro. Reality is physical, bro. Did you know that? Reality is physical.
Yeah, like I said, this conversation, I feel like you're not looking for somebody to change your mind. You're just put it in a way as in you're gonna win this. It's not even about the money, first of all. But the thing is, you can also prove he doesn't exist. The same question you were asking me.
Brother.
A human being cannot prove the existence of God physically to you.
Brother.
That's why it's called
you don't attempt to prove a negative. Use your brain. Negative means minus. Listen again. Negative means minus.
In a physical sense, but you can prove the same thing.
Brother, it's not the same thing because the burden of disproving is on me. All I have to do is disprove the claims of those who claim that there is a God. So the way I prove that God doesn't exist is by proving that those who say that God exists are lying.
And
that is how I prove it. Because listen, do you know the meaning of the word disprove?
Yes.
Okay, why would anyone want to disprove something? Tell me, why do people disprove things?
I mean, it just depends on your motive of what you're trying to accomplish.
Bro, what will make something worthy of being disproved?
I don't know.
Check this out, bro. Bro, okay, for example, right? If I said to you right now that, yo, bro, Augustine, my good brother, I think you're a woman.
Yeah, but just because you think that way don't mean it's a fact about me.
It will be a fact unless you produce evidence to prove that I'm wrong.
But so right now that you're speaking to me, what would you assume I am?
That you're a woman.
But what if I say, prove to me that I'm not a woman?
I'll say, turn on your camera.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. It could be a surgery.
Turn on your camera.
It could be a surgery.
Well, that means I was right.
But
you're a woman.
You cannot prove that
you're a woman.
Even though you're assuming, right?
Brother, you're a woman. I'm not assuming. That's a fact. I believe it in my heart. I believe it in my heart, and I read it in the Bible that you're a woman.
Okay, that's fine. You can think that I'm a woman. That's okay.
So you're saying that my belief is false?
No, I'm saying you have an opinion. It's not a fact. What you're saying.
Oh, really? So you don't know that the Bible is the... Hold up, bro. Don't you know that the Bible is the opinion of those who wrote the book?
No, these are the people who existed with Jesus that wrote the Bible.
Bro. They wrote their opinions.
No, they wrote what happened.
I am pretty sure they were not walking around Jerusalem with a pen, writing Jesus's every word and Jesus's every move.
This guy.
Brother, do you know anyone who was walking around?
It.
Brother, do you know anyone that was walking down the streets of Jerusalem writing everything Jesus was doing?
That's okay, but why would someone?
Bro, I'm asking. Just check this out.
Do I know?
To be honest,
You're asking me if I know anyone? Is that what you're asking me?
Bro, to be honest and to be fair, my question is genuine. Do you know of anyone who followed Jesus around, writing everything Jesus was saying and doing?
No, I'm not. I don't know in the
Okay,
sense
good.
of,
So all those things that you are reading about Jesus, they clearly were written by people who were not necessarily following him as they wrote. They wrote whatever they thought later on, right?
How can you prove that? How can you prove that?
Because the people who wrote it say that they were not writing based on the fact that they were there.
Who said that?
Bro,
you're talking about Matthew, Luke, John. They said that.
Yeah, Matthew, Luke, and John. Bro, Matthew, Luke, and brother, listen. Matthew, Luke, and John.
They said that. Is that what you're saying? You're saying they said that.
Brother, I will show you how. Brother, I will show you. Matthew, Luke, and John do not write in. Matthew, Luke, and John do not write in first person. They don't write like a narrator. Listen to me. Listen to me. Matthew, Luke, and John do not write in first person. They don't write as narrators. Do you know how a narrator writes? If I'm writing something that I witness, I would say, well, this is me, Tizok. I am writing to you what I witnessed. Brother, I said to you that narration works the same way in any language. You always write in first person. When somebody else is writing about somebody else, you can tell by reading the text. That's why it's called English comprehension, bro. It's not my fault that you didn't go to school, bro. Like, damn, bro. Okay, if you went to school, then I trust the fact that you understand English comprehension just like I do. There's many things that govern in the English language, from conjugations to figures of speech to punctuations to sentences, clauses, words, objects, subjects, how to do all that stuff, right? That governs English comprehension. If I read a text and someone says, I am writing the story of Jesus as I witness following Jesus around, then I know that that person is writing in first person. That is a first person witness. But if somebody is writing a gospel according to somebody else, that means that somebody is writing what they heard, not what they saw, not what they witnessed, what they heard, which by nature could naturally be false.
So humans, the universe, everything comes from what? Nothing.
Brother, everything has to come from nothing.
Everything has to. So where did we come from?
If things come from something, bro, if things come from somewhere, it has to be from nowhere.
So we came from nowhere.
Yes, sir.
Human beings came from nowhere.
And I can prove it to you.
No. Just human beings came from nowhere.
From absolutely nowhere.
Okay, when we die, what happens?
Nothing.
And how do you know that?
Because death means nothing is happening. That's literally the definition of death.
Question. So do you believe we have?
Brother, listen to me, Augustine. Death means nothing is happening. Death means the end of all happening. There is no action after death. That is literally the definition of death.
Do you believe human beings have a soul?
I don't need to believe if the human beings have something if it's not realistically there.
Is it there or is it not there?
It's not there. There's no such thing as a soul.
So we don't have a soul.
No, we do not.
Okay, bro. Like I said in the beginning already, your mind is made up. It's not really a conversation of words.
Again.
Because everything you're saying right now,
bro, you are using that statement that my mind is made up to somehow try to make it seem as though you haven't drastically failed at proving that God exists.
No. You want a physical evidence, and I cannot give you that.
And I said to you that the only evidence that is true is physical evidence. And even if there's any other evidence
of his of him not being existent, you cannot
because you don't try to prove, brother,
to give a physical evidence of God. How do you want that? How's that even possible?
Augustine, I'm going to ask you a question right now, okay? Okay?
This guy said we don't have
Augustine, calm down. I'm going to ask you a question. Augustine, I'm going to ask you a question, okay? Just listen carefully to my question. You want me to prove to you that there is no God, right?
You can't.
Brother, why can I not?
Just like because you cannot give me a physical
brother, why can I not prove to you that there is no God?
Because the same thing you're asking me for, you cannot give me that, which is a physical evidence.
So show me any physical evidence in this world that proves that something does not exist. Let's forget about God in general. Show me anything which does not exist, which was ever proven with physical evidence.
God is not a physical.
Brother, I'm asking you a question. Just answer my question. Show me anything outside of religion in this world, right? That we use proof that is not proven, that is proven with physical evidence. Show me anything in this world. When you go to court, do you prove that something doesn't exist without physical evidence? Evidence has to be physical, even if it's imperative, even if it's suggestive. It still has to, bro, because God is imaginary. It's fictional. That's why it's not physical. There's only two aspects to the human being. There is only two aspects to a human being: your physical body and your imaginary mind. You get it, bro?
So
anything which is not physical.
Anything that's not physical cannot be proven.
Anything which is not physical is imagination.
So the air is imagination. The air is imagination.
The air is not imagination. The air is physical. Are you blind?
It's physical.
Yes, the air is physical.
You can hold on to the air.
You may not necessarily be able to hold on to it the way you hold on to something that is more tangible, but yes, you can hold on to the air.
Okay, but what physical is something you can hold on to.
Yes.
Okay, but you cannot hold on to the air.
Yes, you can hold on to the air, bro. That's literally how airplanes fly. Use your brain.
Airplanes? I'm talking about you. You're talking about airplanes.
Brother, airplanes fly by holding air. It is possible to contain air, to hold air, to take a hold of air. I'm holding air right now in my hand.
Really?
Yes, really. Yeah, buddy. Listen, I know you might have a vacuum in your hand. You might have your brain in your hand, but I clearly have air in my hand right now.
It's just crazy how you think our thoughts, our imagination all comes from nothing. It's just, to me, it's just,
so,
I don't understand.
Brother.
That we come from nothing.
Brother, do you know that when do you know that brother, hold up, stop talking and listen, please. Do you know that when you say that something comes from nothing, it means that thing doesn't have an origin? When something has no origin, that is because it comes from nothing. It means that thing is eternal. That's what it means.
That's not the case of human being.
Brother, then tell me where did the first human being come from?
Adam and Eve.
Were they black or white?
I don't know. There was no race back then.
Oh, hold on. So you know it was Adam and Eve, but you don't know if they were black.
Do you know if they were black or not?
They never existed. There was no Adam and Eve. There's no evidence to suggest that there was an Adam and Eve, bro. How long ago? How long ago was Adam and Eve, bro? How long ago?
I don't know exactly how long ago.
Oh, so where did you get the Adam and Eve story from?
What do you mean? How do I get the Adam and Eve? I've read the Bible. Yes.
Okay. How long does the Bible say it has been?
What?
How long does the Bible say it has been since Adam and Eve?
According to the Bible, the earth is 6,000 years old.
And you believe that shit?
Yes.
And you went to school?
Yes.
And you studied science?
I'm not too big on science because.
Have you studied? Okay. You were asking me about history. Have you studied the story?
We come from.
Augustine.
You probably believe that.
Augustine. Stop deflecting.
I'm not deflecting. I'm telling you.
So you're telling me that as you're sitting right there in your head, with the combination of your entire knowledge, your bank of knowledge, with your dignity and your integrity intact, you have gone to school and studied, and in your brain, you think that the world is 6,000 years old. Bro, do you know that the pyramids alone is more than 13,000 years old? Do you know that our science has improved? The same science that makes your cold medicine, that gives you the flu shot, the same science that made TikTok, has already found out a way to carbon date genetic material, biological matter. The pyramids alone is more than 13,000 years old. Abi, they have found human remains that is more than 30,000 years old. And you are still over here telling me that you think that the world is 6,000 years old and you think you're supposed to be intelligent. My good brother, do yourself a favor.
Bro,
and be honest with yourself.
You think we come from nothing and we're going to nothing.
Brother, I explained to you the definition of
I already know
what
you
it means.
You just think that this
watch. Just
Yeah,
listen to me. Check this out. Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me show you that human beings comes from nothing using your own belief, okay? When God said that, bro, you believe in the Bible, bro.
I believe in God.
You believe in the Bible, don't you?
I believe in God.
Is the Bible the infallible and is the Bible the inherent and infallible word of God? Yes or no?
Yes.
So you believe in the Bible? You believe in the Bible so much you don't want to say you believe in the Bible. Damn, bro. Good job. Very good job. You love the Bible so much you don't even want to admit that you believe in the Bible.
My point I'm trying to make to you is not because you're religious would get you to the
Augustine, I get it.
What you're trying to do is just trying to put me as in like, oh, he's just religious and stuff like that. But my thing is religion is a tool guide to be closer to God.
Augustine.
There are people who believe in God.
Augustine, that's what you think. Augustine, that's what you think, right? Let me ask you a question. Where did your God come from?
I don't know.
Hold up.
Nobody knows that.
Hold up. So you believe in the Bible, but you don't know where the God of the Bible came from?
Does not tell us where God comes from.
Are you sure?
You show me. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and show me where God came from. Go ahead. The same guy you don't believe exists. You're about to show me where he came from. Go ahead.
I'm going to show you what the Bible says, bro. You understand that I don't need to believe in something in order to understand it, right? I'm not like you. my brain is able to understand what something says as long as it's written in English. I can understand. I can read and understand anything which is written in English, bro.
Do you believe God came from somewhere? Yes or no?
No. I'm reading to you what the Bible says. I don't need to believe it.
Do you believe that? What you're about to read right now?
No, I don't believe it.
So what point are you trying to prove to me right now?
I am trying to prove to you that you don't even know what you believe. And the book that you claim that you believe is right here in front of you, claiming something that you say is not true, to prove to the point that I'm trying to say that you're confused. You're confused. You're extremely confused. Bro, you are so confused. Somebody who doesn't believe in your Bible knows it better than you. That's how confused you are. So now listen, I'm going to tell you something. For Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God.
Where you read it from first before you read. Don't just start reading, bro, like that.
Hebrews chapter 7. For Melchizedek, the king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him, to whom also Abraham gave a tenth of all, first being translated king of righteousness, and then also king of Salem, meaning king of peace, without father, without mother, without genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of days, but made like the Son of God, and remains a priest continually. Did you just hear what I read to you? It says, without father, without mother, brother.
It says no beginning, right?
Brother.
If something has a beginning.
Brother, stop asking me questions because I was in the middle of making my point. That's the whole reason why I read to you this verse in the first place. So stop doing that. Without father, without mother, without genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like the Son of God, remains a priest continually. That is what Hebrews chapter 7, verse 3 says, and any human being in this world who knows how to read English understands that it means exactly what it means. You don't need no goddamn Holy Spirit or no confused, delusional spirit. It means what it means. It's saying that Melchizedek didn't have a beginning, like the Son of God, who is in the image of God himself. It says that your God has no beginning. When something has no beginning, it's because it comes from nothing. It comes from nowhere. If I say, if I take something which has no beginning and I say to you, what does it come from? You say nothing. If I say, where does it come from? You say nowhere. If I say, who does it come from? You say no one. So God comes from nothing. He comes from nowhere and comes from no one. That's what your Bible says.
Yeah, but
that's what your Bible says.
I told you it does not tell us where he came from as a place.
Because he came from nowhere.
Oh my God, bro. You just told me it didn't tell us where he came from.
Brother, I said to you that somebody who came from nowhere cannot come from somewhere. So if I ask you, where did God come from? The answer is nowhere. No. If I say, tell me the place where God comes from, right? In terms of a place, God comes from nowhere. Tell me the thing from which God is made of. God is made of nothing. Bro, let me ask you a question, okay?
You said
what is God? Bro, let me ask you a question. What is God made of?
I don't know that either. But we know. How can I know what he's made of? So who made God? Who made God?
Bro, so your Bible doesn't say that God is a spirit?
He is a spirit, but you say, what is he made of as if he was made?
Okay. Oh, bro. So you're telling me that God doesn't have a form or a shape?
I don't know. Do you know he has a
form? No,
hold
on. I'm just asking you. Are you saying that your God is formless?
I'm saying he is a spirit, but you're saying...
Brother, I get it. Are you saying to me that your God is shapeless and formless, nameless and placeless and thingless?
That's not what I'm saying, but also...
Okay, so tell me, bro, what is your God made of?
He's a spirit.
What are spirits made of?
I don't know. What are spirits made of?
Is it possible that you don't know?
Wait, what are spirits made of?
Brother, just keep quiet. Nothing. Spirits are made of nothing because they don't exist. For something to exist, it must be made of something. It really has to be. Something cannot be made of nothing and not exist. The fact that you don't know what God is made of is because God doesn't exist. If God existed, you would know what God is made of.
What is air made of?
Air is made up of particles of either hydrogen, nitrogen, or any of the other elements on the periodic table.
It's made up of what? Either what?
It is made up of particles of either hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. There's different gases. Air is simply a gas, bro. Use your brain. That's why it changes temperature. It can be hot, it can be cold, and you can totally sensationalize it with your physical body. You can in fact, we use airplanes. I'm an aircraft mechanic, bro. That's how airplanes fly. That's how birds fly. Because air is tangible and physical, like water. It's a fluid. Look at you. I thought you went to school, bro.
Bro, like I said, you've made up your mind about believing. I guess at some point in your life, you believe there was a God. I don't know what happened.
Brother,
you changed your mind, but that's up to you.
You saying that I've made up my mind only proves that I defeated you mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
No, because you didn't. What do you mean?
I have whooped your ass so much that listen to me, bro. Me and you are like two boxers in the ring. And I whooped your ass so much that you're like, well, the reason why I punched you and it didn't hurt is because you're so strong. You've made up your body.
That's what you believe. That's okay.
It's not what I believe. It's not what bro, you're the one who is conceding. You're conceding defeat. You can't prove to us that there is a God. You don't know how to do it.
Show you a physical sense of a God, and I cannot prove that to you.
Because it doesn't exist. You are correct. Good job. It's impossible to prove something, brother. It's impossible to prove something which doesn't exist. The whole point of something not existing means it cannot be proven to exist.
You're saying it doesn't exist because you
And
don't see God.
not being able to prove that something which you claim should exist is evidence that you are lying. And a lie is something which is not true. Brother, let me tell you something. My proof that God doesn't exist is that people who claim that God exists are lying. You're lying. So all I have to do is prove that you're lying. And how do I prove that you're lying? By asking you to prove that you're speaking the truth. By giving us evidence that what you're saying is true. But you can't give us evidence that there is a God because you are lying.
I'll show you a physical sense of an evidence that you want me to show you.
Evidence has to be physical. If it's not physical, that means you're lying. Bro, there's such a thing called a lie in the world, bro. There's literally something called deception. You are trying to deceive us and you're lying. And you simply want us to believe you because you told us so. Bro, the only people who do that are scammers. Only a scammer goes around and want people to act upon his action because he said so. Invest in my business because I said so. Nah, bro, give me evidence that your business would work. Oh, are you asking me to give you physical evidence that my business would work? No, my business is spiritual. Yeah, scamming 101.
Where's the relation with that, with God being a spirit? And you're saying to show
bro, because spirits are things that are purely imaginary, like Santa Claus. Thank you for your time, brother. Anyways, you tried your best. Go and sleep, okay? Next guest. Go straight to your point. The brother was better than most of you, though. The brother was good. The brother was good. He did not lose his cool.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Go straight to your point. What you got for me?
So let's start from here. This is spiritual topic. So you cannot compare that with physics, whatever that you learned at school, because I heard what you kept on saying that. What did you learn at school? What did you learn at school? So it's not physically proven, but it's spiritually proven. Those are two different things.
Where do you go to go and learn spiritual proven?
Hello?
Where do you go to go and learn these things which are spiritually proven?
It depends on which.
Where do you go? Just tell
religion.
me. Just tell me.
Listen.
Where, brother. I'm asking you. Where do you go to learn about this spiritual proven?
No, I'm giving you the answer. You're not prepared to listen,
brother. Where did you go? Where did you go?
No, listen. I'll give you the answer.
Where did you go?
I will. Give you the answer. You just have to listen.
The answer is a place. I'm asking you for the name of a place where you went. I'm not asking you what depends on what somebody else will do. Where did you learn these spiritual things which are proven? Where did you learn it? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't learn it from the spiritual realm.
Spiritual things have to be learned in spiritual ways.
How?
So
and where?
You will learn it.
How
you will
and
learn
where?
It.
How and where?
You're not prepared to listen, are you?
You're not prepared to answer my question, so thank you for your time. Next guess. You think I'm going to waste my time with you? You must be spiritually confused if you think I'm going to waste my time with you. You must be extremely, majestically confused if you think I will indeed waste my time with you. And my hostility is matching your ignorance. I raise my hostility at a level that would match your ignorance. If you were not ignorant, I would not have to be hostile. But your ignorance can only be handled with a degree of mental hostility. If you don't like my program, feel free to relocate. Ladies and gentlemen, let us get to 200,000 likes. Hit the screen. Tap the screen. 200,000 likes. Do not be stingy with tapping the screen.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Go straight to your point.
My point is, I have seen God
You're
for
lying.
real.
You're lying.
No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
Yes.
I have seen our goddess with open eyes.
Yeah, you're a
And
bombastic
that is the
liar.
proof for me that it exists. No,
Yeah,
I'm not a liar.
that's proof to
Everybody
me.
knows that I do not lie.
That's proof to me that you're lying.
No, I don't lie. You can see there are three dimensions: spiritually, materially, and between it. And the goddess made herself clear that I could see her.
Like I said, you have been smoking meth again
Yeah.
and you're lying.
No, 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 no. It's real. I'm Hindu, and we believe in more gods and goddesses. And I've
You
seen
can
several
you
forms of
can you
her.
can you can believe whatever you want to. It doesn't change the fact that you're a bombastic liar.
I'm not a liar. I win the $1,000.
Then give us evidence that you're not lying.
What kind of evidence do you want to know?
Tell your God to come
You
here
want
right
to
now.
know the mantra?
Summon your God. Like my friend. I have a friend who likes to say, summon your God. Summon your God right here, right now.
Yeah.
Let us see your God.
Okay, call for Durga.
Duga,
You have to call for
Duga.
her.
Where are you, Duga? Duga, come here right now. Let me whoop your ass, Duga. Where is you, Duga? Where's Duga? I don't see Duga anywhere.
You want to speak to her?
Where's Duga? Tell Duga to come here. I don't want to speak. I want Duga to appear right here, right now.
Yeah, but you should be able, if you perform spiritual activities, you will evolve in a manner that you can see her.
That's how I know that you're a bombastic liar. Thank you for your time. Not only are you a bombastic liar, you're a professional liar. You have a master's degree in the art of lying. You lie for a living. You are employed by a lying boss. In
Yeah.
fact, go straight to your point, bro.
Yes, God does exist in spirit. Spirit is something that we've
And
created.
spirits don't exist. They're imaginary, fictional ideas that live in the brain of religious people.
It does exist. That's why we speak of it.
So if we speak of something, it means it exists.
Correct.
I'm speaking of you as a woman. Does that mean
That
you're
can,
does that mean you're a woman?
in your mind, yes.
Are you a woman?
In your mind, if you're speaking on me as a woman, then yes, that
No.
becomes your truth.
So it's only in my mind?
Exactly. In your spirit.
So God is only in your mind.
Exactly. That's why some fall short of the
So
glory.
so 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 you do have a mental illness.
Not at all.
I'm pretty sure that
God,
people who have things that are only in their own mind but cannot be in other people's mind is because those people are suffering from some type of mental deficiency. It is not normal.
that's you saying that. God exists to
No, that
those who
is
seek.
that is that is literally by the principle of the definition of the words, my bro.
Words are also perception of human.
It doesn't matter. Words work for us in order to comprehend what each other is saying for communication purposes. You don't get to make up your own rules. In fact, you have failed English right now. Right now, brother, you have 0 in English class. If I was your English professor, if I was your English professor, I will give you -90. I will not give you.
That's
I will not even say you scored 20. I'll give you -90 because you have no English comprehension skills.
topic is God. We're not speaking on statistics or education. We're speaking of
like
spirit.
like I said, if you don't know how to properly utilize the English language as a tool of communication, it's because you are illiterate. It doesn't matter if you even know how to pronounce the words. You just don't know the meaning of the words you're speaking, and I can sense that ignorance from you.
Because some words are spelled the same with different meaning.
It doesn't
So
matter
that's
if it's spelled. It doesn't matter if it's spelled like your grandfather or your grandmother. Unless you know what it means, you don't know what it means. God being in your imagination and only in your imagination is something that is called a delusion. A delusion is
no.
hypnotical. It's not real. Do
God
you know
has
that?
become.
Do you know the definition of reality in English?
Yeah. For
What is the
example, if
what is the definition of reality in English?
perception.
No, you're wrong. That's not a definition of reality in English.
So you're saying your ideas are not real?
No, ideas are not real.
That's really contradicting.
That's not
How can
contradicting. Go and read the definition of reality. Do you know the definition of reality?
this can even become physical? That's how inventions
Do
are created.
you understand the definitions of reality? Ideas are not real.
They are real.
No,
That's
sir.
how things
That's
are created. That's
brother.
why
The definition of reality literally says that it is not ideas or concepts. There's a difference between reality and ideas. That's why in somebody's head they can have ideas about things that don't exist. For example, unicorns, Superman, Santa Claus. Those are all ideas. They are not real,
that's still existence.
brother. It is not real.
That is still an exist. Do you know what existence
Listen,
means?
listen, listen. Existence means to be.
Exactly. And
Those
those
I
things
those
each
ideas those ideas in your head don't exist. That's why they are only in your head.
that's still a
If it
reality though.
if it existed, it wouldn't be only in your head. No, bro, stop smoking weed, bro. You're smoking too much weed. You've been smoking too much weed, bro. You're talking to me right now. I can tell that you're high.
That's a guess.
It's a guess.
That's
It's a
true. That's
guess.
your
Turn on your
idea.
camera. Turn on your camera. Prove
I
me
don't
wrong
have
by
one.
turning on your camera.
I don't have 1K yet.
So you're saying that you haven't been smoking marijuana?
No.
You don't smoke marijuana at all.
I'm pure of mind. I find no use for that.
Hold
Those
on.
are spirits.
Hold on.
Those are spirits.
You're pure of mind.
Those are spirits. Yes, I'm pure of mind.
You're pure of mind. Then tell me, bro, what is the definition of reality in the English language again? Because a person who is pure of mind would not lie.
These definitions were created by people's ideas.
Brother, what is the definition of reality in English? Don't tell me. I did not tell you to tell me who created definition. You see, bro, you have been smoking weed. That's why I'm asking you a question and you're answering another question. I did not ask you who created definitions. I said, what is the definition of the word reality? But your brain did not pick it up. Your brain is like, definitions are created by human beings. I'm like, come on, my good brother. Come on now. I'm only asking you what is the definition of reality. Don't let your brain skip that far advance. Eh? Tell your brain to stop skipping.
You said prove that God exists. That's all I'm doing for you.
I said to you to give me the definition of the word reality in the English language. I will give you one last chance. If you cannot do it, then I will give you your certificate of confusion. I'll give you your license to be confused, and you can go on believing whatever you want to believe.
I gave you the definition.
Like I said, my brother, you are now therefore sworn in to the Congress of Confused Humans. You may go on and continue to be confused. You are now a professional confused human. Bakanga himself has given you your crown. Go on.
Hello?
Go straight to your point, Brian.
Okay. This is like 1978. I went swimming and I went to the local recreation place to swim, and I was the only one in the gym, in the pool. I had been swimming for hours. I would say at least 2 hours. And after I got done swimming, I got clothed and I was hungry. Literally, my stomach was completely empty.
Next guess. I'm sorry, bro. I'm pretty sure you didn't get the whole go straight to your point part of it.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir. Go straight to your point.
Yeah, please, I just wanted to quickly say something because I've come across your broadcast so many times, but I'm so confused that people that come up here are just dancing around the question because your topic here is clearly stated there. Prove to me that God exists, and you want a direct action. So preaching up and down does not answer your question. You wanted to prove, just like the days of Elijah when he called down the fire, that the fire should consume the people. So you want the people to prove to you that yes.
You know what,
These
brother?
things really exist.
You,
That they
you
should
know
really call down the
you know
God
what,
and
brother? Brother, hold up.
yeah.
Brother, say no more. Say no more. Thank you very much. You have put it perfectly. If you say more right now, we're going to get confused. But you have said it right. What I am asking you to do is don't sit down here and begin to talk. Be like Elijah. Call down fire from heaven. If you cannot call down fire from heaven, don't even come up here because we will know that you are a scammer. Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you.
God bless you. Yeah, God bless you. Bye.
He said, God bless me. That brother doesn't believe in God, but God believes in him. That brother does not believe in God, but God believes in him. He finished making that whole speech, and then he said, God bless you. I said, oh, damn, man. Damn, God must believe in him. He's not a believer. God believes in him, not the other way around. You can fear God. You can also fear your grandmother. In fact, fear your great-grandmother if you want to. Continue to hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Flabbergast that like button.
Blessing. Hey, what's up, man? I've been watching you for a while. Big up to what you're doing. And the only thing I can say, God is all of us here on earth. That's it. You, me, everybody.
If that's
Everyone.
if that's what you think, brother, thank you for your time. No worries.
Bless.
Yeah, hello.
Go straight to your point.
Yeah, actually, I'm listening to all what you're doing, and if the question is also to prove to me whether God exists, and if that's the question, then you are looking at the wrong God. Understand? The God or the supernatural God we know is not affected by time, space, no matter. If he's affected by space or matter, then he's not God. Understand? He's not limited by any of those stuffs. And here
Hold up,
basically to
brother.
go
Hold up, hold up, hold up.
yeah.
Do you want me to tell you something else which is not affected by space, time, or matter?
What's that?
Something that doesn't exist. The only
Yeah.
things,
Listen,
the only
listen,
the
listen,
the,
listen,
the,
listen,
the,
listen,
the
listen,
only things,
listen,
hold up, bro,
listen.
hold up, bro. The only things which is
Yeah.
not affected by space, time, or matter are things that don't exist because they are nowhere,
Yeah.
they have no shape, and they have no time.
Yeah. That's the supernatural being. That's why we call it, that's why he's a spiritual God.
Brother,
You understand?
supernatural beings don't exist because they are not limited by space, time, and matter. That's why they don't exist.
So
You
exist
you
listen,
you
listen, listen,
you
listen,
you will
listen,
find
listen,
them nowhere. Listen, bro. Do you know that
listen.
space? Do you know that space means somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If God is not limited by space, that means you can find him nowhere. Because if you can find him somewhere, that means that he is limited to
That
space.
that's when you're looking at the wrong God. That's when you're looking at the wrong God. Time, space, and matter is a continuum. You understand? All of them have to come together in existence. And if it's affected by let's say it's affected by space. If there was matter, space without time, when will you put it? And if there was matter without space, where are you going to put it? The God we are
Brother,
talking about is not
brother,
affected by all these things. You understand?
brother,
Yeah.
if your God is not
Yeah.
affected by space, time, and matter, it's because he doesn't
Yeah.
exist. Do you understand that statement?
No, no. In the human aspect,
Brother,
he doesn't exist.
brother,
But there is
brother,
something bigger. The
brother,
way the earth moves, the way
brother,
everything is shaped, shows that
brother,
there is a spiritual being or there is
brother,
something
stop
higher than
talking.
us. Yeah,
Stop
I'm
talking
listening.
and
I'm
listen.
listening. I'm listening.
Every word coming out of your mouth is human words, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that means that your words are limited by space, time, right?
But yeah. That's what makes me
Bro, bro,
human.
bro,
And the
bro,
God we
brother,
are talking
brother,
about.
brother, brother. Every word coming out of your mouth are human words, right?
Yeah.
That means that everything you have said to us is limited by space, time, and matter, right?
Yeah.
And you just said to us that God is not limited by space, time, and matter. That means that statement that you have made is limited by space, time, and matter because you are a human being who is making that statement, right?
He is a spiritual energy.
Brother,
He is not limited by our understanding. Listen,
brother, stop talking.
Let
Drew,
me make things clear.
Drew,
Yeah.
Drew.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat my point again. If you don't understand my point, bro, I'll go to the next guest. This point that I'm about to make is supposed to make you just keep quiet. If you understand this point, you won't even say one more word.
What?
Do you agree with me that human beings are limited by space, time, and matter? Everything that human beings say is also limited by space, time, and matter, right? Are you a human being?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a human being.
Everything you are going to say out of your mouth is also limited by space, time, and matter, right?
Yeah.
And you said to us with your mouth that God exists, right?
Yeah,
brother.
He exists. But listen, you are not getting me.
Brother, let me finish making my point.
Yeah.
You said to me out of your human mouth, which is limited, that God exists, right?
Yeah.
That means that those words, that your mouth spoke is also limited, right?
Yeah.
So the God that you're telling us is limited because of you. Because if your God was not limited, your God would be able to manipulate. Brother, exactly, brother. It doesn't matter what you say that you are or that you're not. As long as you are the one who is talking about it, your God does not exist. You get it?
Can I make my point?
You can make your point if you can tell me my point that I just made. Repeat to me what I just said to you.
Can I make my point?
Yes, you can make your point as soon as you tell me what I just said to you. Can you repeat to me? Can you repeat to me what I just said to you?
What do you say? I should repeat what you said. You said a lot of things. I don't know which one are you talking about. Well, why? What's wrong?
Thank you for your time.
Hello, Bakanga.
Yes, sir. Please go straight to your point.
I think you're doing an amazing job. I just want to say something. I agree with you 100%. Just
Brother,
30 seconds and I'll be out of here.
Come back another day. I know that
Okay.
that 30 seconds is precious to you, but bro, let's
No,
not.
it's okay. No,
Yes,
no
sir.
problem. It's okay.
For sure,
It's
bro.
okay. Do your thing.
For sure, bro. Thank you.
Hi, Bakanda. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Go straight to your point.
Yeah, I heard you that you talk about you study, you are educated, and you have a brain. If you have a brain, how you tell us that these human beings, this complex human being with mind, all this creature come from nothing? You have to convince us and you have to explain how this universe is created.
No, I don't have to do that.
You should do that.
No, I don't have to.
Otherwise, you have to.
I don't have to explain anything
where
to you.
It come from? Where you come from? Where this universe come from?
From nothing. From nothing.
How? How perfectly designed universe from nothing? How it appears?
Let me tell you how. Do you believe in God?
Okay. Let me think that there is no God. Okay, let me think. Let me think that there is no God.
Beckeret, Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you believe in God?
I believe in some force. There is some force who creates this universe.
Where did it come from?
Whatever the case.
Where did it come from? Where did that force come from?
I don't know.
So you should just say you don't know. If you don't know, it's because it's nothing.
But it is impossible.
If you don't know, if you don't know, it's because it's nothing. So you don't even know that there is a force. Because if you knew that there was a force, if you knew that there was something, you would tell us where that something comes from. Where does that something come from? Because if you cannot tell us where that something comes from, it's because you don't know that there is something and you are just lying to us.
So this sun, this universe, these all animals, plants, where they come from? You have to tell me this.
It comes from nowhere.
You say there is no God, huh?
It comes from nowhere.
How? You know, you are aircraft technician.
The same way that your God comes from nowhere.
To do aircraft,
Hold up. Are you ready for me to tell you how it comes? I'm going to make okay, listen. I'm going to make you understand how everything comes from nothing. Just observe, okay? Watch the screen very carefully.
Okay. Yeah.
Poof. 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 Poof.
Yeah, I believe in that. This is how God created by word, you know? Everything, your mic, everything has a creator. Everything is made. It is made.
From nothing.
Please use your brain. How this complex world come from nothing? You have
I think that guy's brain was the tires of the car that he's driving. Last guest. My schedule is tight. Okay, that guest did not come up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. It's been a good 2 hours and 12 minutes. Thank you for almost 200K likes. This was very good today. Very good today, okay? Thank you very much to everyone who tapped their screen. I appreciate y'all, but I'm gone. If you want to see this live show, check out on YouTube in a few hours. I'm going to put it on YouTube, okay? I know I've been slacking, but I'm going to try my best. I know. Today I don't have too much time. I just did a 13-hour shift. Tomorrow I'm going to do a 15-hour shift. This whole week I'm going to be doing long shifts. So you might not see me online a lot. But thank you very much. My goal is not to insult you. My goal is not to make you inferior. My goal is to question your mentality. My goal is to make you face the things you believe and why you believe them face to face. My goal is to help you consider the fact that no matter how sure you are of what you think you believe, it is possible that you are wrong. In fact, it is 99% possible that you are wrong. And you should have the courage to acknowledge that you could be. If not, most certainly you actually are wrong about your belief in God. Because if you were realistic, you will see that there is no God in the world. Aloha, aloha, aloha. Goodbye, my dear friends. I'm out.